Now we're going to go over some sounds of the Mr. Big II. Mr. Big II is brand new. It just came out with it a few weeks ago. This call is different. It's different than any other call in the market. It's got a lot of custom time in it, a lot of handwork by myself. I'll go through some of the things that make it different in a minute. Last year we had the regular Mr. Big. Awesome call. Sold a ton of them. The regular Mr. Big is fast, high-pitched, powerful, extremely aggressive. Great for windy days, running traffic, whatever it might be. But as everybody knows, I want to make a call that sounds exactly, if not so exactly, that you can stand right beside a goose and nobody can tell the difference. I want a call that sounds like a goose. So what I've done, of course, I've played around down here in the basement with lots of ideas. I've had ideas for the past 3 or 4 years, and I'm finally able to put them to use. A lot of guys will pick up the call and they'll be like, whoa, what the heck is that? I can't blow it. This call is different. It sounds different. It's raspy. You can go real low and then crank up on a high deal. This call sounds like a goose. It's not an aggressive call. It wouldn't be good for running traffic or trying to call birds from a long ways away. It's not that loud at all. Okay, some of the things that makes the Mr. Big II different from the Mr. Big I, I'm going to go over right now. First thing is the insert of the Mr. Big II is layered with 3 layers of the liquid rubber that I use on my gut systems. What this is going to do is it's going to dampen the sound. It's going to take that high crack, aggressive noise out of the call. It's going to dampen it, take it down more like a goose. Also, I have the guts, my regular Mr. Big guts that I use in the other call. Got rubber laid inside the guts, kind of the same deal as a regular Mr. Big. But what I've done here is I've taken this reed. Now this reed is shaved super thin. It's thinner than a duck reed. It pops up and down super easy. It makes a call very easy to blow. It makes it very scratchy. Alright, now I shaved that reed down super thin. A lot of guys look at it, well, that looks kind of weird, but it does. You can see all the way through the reed. It's almost translucent. It's so thin. So between the combination of the super thin reed, the rubber inside the whole insert, and of course the rubber in the tone channel, plus the custom broken in guts that I do down here by hand, this call sounds like a goose. So I'm going to go through a few things, show you guys some sounds that this call can make. As you can tell, the call definitely sounds different. It sounds different than the other call in the market. I think, and a lot of guys that have listened to it and bought the call so far, think it sounds like a goose. It's as close as anybody's come yet, and I'm still going to keep working. I'm going to make it better. Some of the deals, as you can see, you can stay real low with the call, get a little guttural sound in it, and just open your hand up and hit those high notes as well. You can do that with a lot of ease because the reed's so thin. Go low, jump high, the reed's thin, so it flaps up quicker. It's real easy to do. Also, you can hear the buzz in it. Lots of buzz built into the call, and that's because the reed is super thin. Hear that buzz sound. I like the buzz sound, not just for geese that are higher pitch sounding, but I think it's awesome for early season with the geese that have just developed their vocal cords, and I use it through the whole rest of the year. I use that scratchy sound because a lot of geese have that scratchy sound to them. They can't quite get out the full noise of a gander. It's more. You know, another good thing about the Mr. Big II is you can operate this call one-handed very easily. I'll usually operate my call one-handed, whether it's a Big Kahuna or a Mr. Big. you can get different notes and different sounds sound a little bit better when you're using two hands, and that's actually the proper way to do it. But I want to call it easy. I can have my hand on the flagging birds at the same time I'm calling at them. So here's a little bit on the Mr. Big II calling with one hand. You can either kind of put your finger over the end of it, kind of choke half of it off, or you don't have to at all. You can leave it wide open, and I'll show you how easy it is to do that. Bring your fingers over and cut half of it off. Very easy to do. Doesn't take a lot of air. Being at that reach so thin, pops up and down. You can operate this call one-handed as well. So there's a few sounds from my hunt lanyard and from this Mr. Big II I'm getting ready to send out right now. You can tell it's different. It's scratchy. It's very goosey. This call's not going to be for everyone. A lot of guys at the show so far have picked it up and they blow it. They blow it the traditional way like a regular short reed. It's not how you blow the call. The call, I mean, it's the same tongue position. Everything is the same there, but it's so easy to blow, so easy to operate. Guys pick it up and they'll blow right through it. It's not meant for that. It's not meant for power. It's not meant for aggression. It's meant to be blown soft, sound like a goose, and finish the geese and the decoys. Again, that's Mr. Big II, brand new for this year. If you guys want to check it out, you can go to the website at www.bigseanscalls.com.